Gildas Sorin has been CEO of Novalet AG and led the company to become a major player in the organic electronic industry. Previously, he was with Philips Electronics for 5 years as Vice President of the Display Division and in parallel, General Manager of the Philips Plasma Displays Group. Prior to that, he served at Thomson Multimedia for 20 years in various executive and management roles, including President of Thomson Plasma, Director of Thomson LCD, Director of the joint venture Thomson ST Microelectronics, General Manager of Thomson Strategic Sourcing, and Deputy Manager of the worldwide Thomson R&D organization. Mr. Sorin graduated from a French Grande École, the École Supérieure d'Électronique de l'Ouest. He attended Thomson University and holds a degree in senior management. Mr. Sorin holds the French National Award of Chevalier de l'Ordre National de Mérite. Gildas Sorin, welcome.
Thank you. When I listened to that, I realized that I start not to be young anymore than my problem. I'm indeed Gildas Sorin, French. You will discover that with my accent. Driving a German company. I'm not drinking martini every morning, but Calvados. You know, maybe this alcohol coming from Normandy. So everyone puts that in the baby milk bottle every morning, some drops for the kids to make sure that they're fit all the day. Anyway, let's not discuss on Calvados versus martini this morning. I want to share with you why I'm believing the OLED will be the major display in the coming years. Some words on Novalet. Novalet is a German company located in Dresden, east part of Germany, southeast of Berlin, main city of Saxony. I encourage you to visit this beautiful city, Baroque city. And Dresden has a long history in organic because that's where the German invented the photography. Therefore, naturally, we came to OLED. Novalet is a spin-off of the Technical University of Dresden. We started our activities 10 years ago. Now we have 140 employees, but more than the number of employees. We became leader in the OLED business thanks to our technology and material. I will explain you that in a few minutes. Last point regarding Novalet, as you see on the last line, we have been purchased by the material division of Samsung last October, Chain Industry. The goal we have together with our friends from Korea is to become the #1 in organic material as soon as possible. Nevertheless, I'm Novalet and I'm not at all today speaking on behalf of Samsung. What do? We do technology and material. We invented in the university 13 years ago this so-called PIN, PIN, where we bring organic dopant in the OLED structure. Thanks to that, we bring the most highest efficiency in the OLED, as well as a good combination between efficiency, lifetime, and performances. So, associated to the technology, we sell the material, and therefore we are now unique suppliers of some materials to LG and Samsung as well. That's it for OLED. Let's go to my topic. Why do I believe that the OLED is becoming the major display in the coming years? First, as you know, the market is currently dominated by the Galaxy. You see that many Samsung products are using this OLED display, but it's not enough to become a leader if you're alone. Therefore, it's absolutely mandatory for the OLED industry to see additional makers joining the club. And the good news is, if we stay with the mobile phone, LG started to put some product on the market 3 years ago, stopped because some technical issues and commercial issues. Is coming back strongly, and we should expect in 2014 many LG mobile phones using display OLED. Of course, mobile phone is not enough. We need to go to the key display, that means to the TV. I put here some price in euro because it's difficult to convert in US exchange rates. Not the only point. You have to consider the taxes, consider the price policy of the makers. But definitely, we have seen on the market the first OLED TV starting in mid of last year, and we should expect to see more next year. I will come back on the price. I'm not afraid at all by the price, which are extremely high for the time being. I just ask you to remember some history in the display. Remember the late 80s where the first flat display were coming on the market. The price were in the range of 10 times the price of the picture tube TV set. I remember at the time I was working with RCA in Indianapolis, and the marketing experts told me at the time, no way, the flat display is no way because it's much more expensive. We see what happened in the meantime. I will explain you later why I do believe the price will go down in the coming years for the OLED. As I said, to be a leader is good, but when you are a leader you need followers, if not you are a bit isolated. It's the reason why I'm pleased to see that several key players are joining or start to join the club. We have seen on the CES this year that 5 companies are showing OLED TV on their booth. Majority of them are probably using the LG display, but that's not the point. The point is to see the trend that the OLED TV is coming to the TV is coming to the OLED. No need to say, but that I do believe that the Chinese are pushing strongly to currently, and personally I would expect, besides the Korean makers, Samsung and LG, so next to come will not come from Taiwan, will not come from Japan, even if these both Taiwanese and Japanese, especially Taiwan companies are preparing the OLED. I do believe the next will come out from China. Why is the OLED is to believe to come? I will start by some argument in terms of quality, but I will show you in a few slides that for me is not the key point. Nevertheless, let's stay with the quality. You see that with OLED the contrast is fantastic. Black is black. The viewing angle is also close to 180 degrees. Color rendering, the contrast I mentioned is perfect for 3D because of the fast reaction time of the technology. And of course, we can imagine thinner form factor, transparent display if necessary, and flexible display will come more and more in the coming time. Power consumption, especially using the OLED technology, is definitively a plus. Of course, as any new technology, the price is crucial for starting. Again, I tell you the price for me is not the criteria in the mid-term and long term, but for the short term the price is an issue, and not so many people are able to put €8,000 or $8,000 to buy a TV set. We have some. We need some this so-called early adopter, which allows the technology step by step to go down. But it's clear that the price, therefore the cost has to go down. The price to go down is easy, simply you lose money. What is crucial is to make the cost going down. I show you on this slide some evolution between 2013 and 2014, where you see already a big de-rating comparison between 2013 and 2014 as far as the OLED is concerned. Just to show you that we are going the right trend. I will explain you why I think the trend will continue to go. So the reason is simple. When I was young engineer, I was working on electronics for driving the picture tube at the time, the TV set. I will always remember when I came fully prepared as a young engineer in front of the boss to explain that the approach B might be better than the approach A. He stopped me and says, you don't need to make an analysis like that, just calculate the number of components. If your approach B are less components than the approach A, it will be the winner. I think it's exactly the same paradigm we have to look for the OLED versus the LCD. If you look at the LCD structure, you see many layers. The TFT, I will come back to that. But as you know, we need a complex backlighting to bring the light in the display. Fluorescent tube or LED, this famous LED TV, which is very nice marketing name, but it's nothing else than LED lighting for the LCD. And you have these colors, these polarizers, these diffusers, and so on. If you compare the same, let's say, structure for the OLED, you take the TFT again, I will come back on that, but you have your 200 nanometer of organic materials, and you have your display. Therefore, basically, an OLED has to be cheaper than an LCD. Why it is not the case today? It is not the case today because the maturity of the production tool is not yet there. In LCD, we speak on Gen 8, even Sharp is using Gen 10, but Gen 8. When till now we are for OLED using Gen 4, Gen 5, mainly quarter of Gen 5, by the way. But Gen 8, for example, in LG is coming for TV this year. Other technical issues on which I will come in a few slides explain that currently the cost is not at what it should be, but basically the OLED has the potential to be much cheaper than the LCD. I want to make a remark here. You have seen in the previous slide that we have a TFT, that means this grid of transistors necessary to drive each pixel in the LCD. Of course, we have to drive each pixel in the OLED. Therefore, I'm always surprised to see in the article, in the conference, that we speak on AMOLED on TFT LCD. No, we should speak on TFT OLED, on TFT LCD, or AMOLED, AMLCD, whatever you want. But the message here is to say that in both cases, you need a TFT. Not strictly the same, because as you know, LCD we have a voltage-driven, and OLED we have a current-driven story. Nevertheless, the TFT is extremely similar, even if we speak on the LTPS, oxide, and so on, that's for more detail. Basically, the OLED, as put in the red bar on this slide, OLED for me is an LCD. If I compare to plasma, which is definitively another world, OLED belong to the LCD world because the main reason is the use or the reuse of a TFT coming from LCD and necessary to make the OLED. Therefore, for me, and that's the key message today, therefore for me, the main reason why I see the OLED becoming the success display in the coming years is not necessarily the picture performances I described before. It's mainly a business advantage for the LCD makers. You know that all the LCD display makers are losing money currently. That's not the first year. And it's mandatory for them to find a way where they can expect to make more money, or at least to make money. And when you look at the OLED is the perfect case for them. Why that? Because you reuse your main technology, which is how can I put millions of transistors on a piece of glass. The rest of LCD is not so easy, but it's mainly assembly. When the main part of the know-how of LCD makers is again to put a million of transistors on a piece of glass. So therefore, you reuse your main know-how, therefore you reuse your main investment. Somewhere you keep the competition outside, because if you want to make an OLED, you have first to master the LCD technology. And as I said, you bring better picture to your customers. The LCD are making progress every day. You have to recognize that as far as quality is concerned. Nevertheless, the gap is still there. Forget the resolution, the 4K, 5K. I believe personally we go to 8K in the future, because both LCD and OLED will be able to make this resolution. So that means you have technology which bring better performances to your customers, and as I explained previously, at the end of the day, will be cheaper. Perfect scenario for the LCD guys. That's the reason why you see all the LCD makers trying, putting money to go to OLED. Some are more successful, Samsung and LG, because they started earlier. But as I told you, all the Taiwanese, Japan, look at Panasonic, but also all the Chinese LCD makers are going full speed, investing in OLED development. There are two main technologies which are used currently. One is used by Samsung, which is matrix RGB, when LG is using a white OLED and putting the traditional LCD color filters on top of it. Why this approach? The first advantage not to use LCD color filters. Therefore, you have a better efficiency because, as we know, the LCD filters are very poor in terms of efficiency. The difficulty of this approach is the masking, and we come to that. When using the LG approach, you don't need masking because you have a white white OLED, sorry, using, however, the color LCD filter. What does it mean for the OLED stack itself? As I remember you, the full thickness of the OLED stack in the range of 200 nanometer. We have a simpler structure in terms of RGB, because you see the 3 pixel red, green, blue surrounded by transport material. By the way, you see the PHTL and ATL, it means P dopant and N dopant, that's exactly where the novel is acting. But if you go to the white OLED, you see immediately the complexity, because you have 16 layers, and without disclosing any secret, I can tell you that the complexity is going to 20 layers. Therefore, problem of cost a bit. At this level, let me give you an example. Incandescent lamp, which is banned more and more around the world, because incandescent lamps, the filament itself has 13 layers. So 13 layers, nevertheless, you purchase a lamp for nearly nothing. Therefore, the number of layers is not necessarily a criteria for cost. However, it's not going the right direction. Therefore, difficult to say what will be the winner in this topic. Is it RGB or is it the white OLED? And why this hesitation? The problem the OLED industry is facing currently is when you want to make a mask to make your red, green, blue pixel, increasing the size of the display, you reach a stability issue in the mask. Therefore, LG say I prefer to have my 16 going to 20 layers, but to avoid this mask issue, when Samsung is still considering to address the mask issue and to stay with RGB. I put here some example on what could be other solutions. I don't want to go in detail today, it's not the purpose. The message is to say there is some hesitation on the OLED industry to find the right way to make this larger screen. Maybe one comment, nevertheless, on the right side, you see the soluble approach, where people believe that instead of vacuum deposition, you can deposit the OLED material by inkjet printing. In this case, you don't need the masking if you do inkjet printing. Many issues still to resolve on this inkjet printing approach. Therefore, it's not sure today that the inkjet printing is the solution. But we never know. Let's go back to the advantage of the display. The OLED, sorry, beyond what I will describe today. The next big thing I believe will come is a flexible display. I've seen some first trial with the Galaxy One. You see that on the left side on the screen. I think it's just the beginning because it's not really a flexible display, it's a banded display, as we see also for the TVs. You see curved TV. They are not yet flexible, they are bandable but not flexible. I do believe the flexible is coming. Difficulty today for the flexibility of the display. You can deposit the OLED on the plastic without any problem. But as you know, the OLED don't like humidity and oxygen, and the barrier on the plastic substrate currently are not enough to block this oxygen and humidity. Therefore, the lifetime is not yet at the level we should expect. Therefore, I do believe it's coming. The bendable display, rollable display, and we can imagine many new designs, let's say differently. We cannot imagine today many designs because the human imagination is by definition limited. Take again the example of the smartphone. Who was speaking of smartphone 5-6 years ago? Nobody. And now we see that everybody has a smartphone. Therefore, I expect personally that the fact that the display become really flexible will open new design opportunities which we cannot even imagine today. Tablet is also next topic for the OLED, besides the mobile phone. I do expect that the tablet world will see the OLED penetration coming rapidly in the coming years. Some figures are put here. By definition, all the market forecasts are wrong. I've never seen in my career some market forecasts becoming true, but the trend is there. Therefore, we should expect the tablet to become OLED in the future. Automotive, don't forget that automotive is also a big market for the display, mainly because cars have not only one display, but more and more 2, even 3 displays. And the OLED is giving to the car makers plenty of advantages, contrast, again the color, again the low temperature, but also the flexible design will open also additional possibility for the car makers. Eco-friendly, don't forget that the car tries to go either hybrid or full electric. Each watt in the car to be safe is important. Therefore, the OLED display is again exactly what the car industry is expecting. I can tell you that all the key display makers are in serious discussion with the car makers on this topic. Other things which is changing the world is e-education, and part of that is the e-textbook. And you see here in the US the expected penetration of the textbook, which is already in the range of 20% in 2014 in the US, going to 50% in 4 years from now. And the cost is also a good story here, because the cost of the book is quite expensive. Therefore, putting your book on a digital on the display makes acceptable that the display is more expensive than a piece of paper. So, here again, the strategy, I think, not the strategy of Samsung, even if I take myself from Samsung, but the strategy of all the display on all the e-book industry is definitively to use the advantage of the OLED to push the advantage of the e-book in this education field. Still have some time. If we continue to look at the future, the wearable is also something which could be an important business for the display in the future. We start to see some watches, watch, but also some watch to tell you how many calories you're spending per day when you are walking, running, and you can imagine to have your clothes with a full of electronic. Not only we can imagine, but I think it becomes step by step. And here again, would be light and flexible display, and that's the reason why I do believe that here again the OLED is something which will emerge in this application. Another important topic for the OLED is the synergy with the lighting. I have no time today to elaborate on the OLED for lighting, but only a few words. Imagine a piece of paper, a large piece of paper, making light, and with that you save at least 70% of the energy you're spending currently for lighting. It is exactly what the OLED is preparing for the lighting. And we have some cross-fertilization between the display and the lighting. Especially if we speak on TV, you have the large screen. Therefore, you have the large area, and how to make the electrode transparent for lighting, for displays, real topic, real issue. Of course, if we go like LG to white OLED, the lighting is mainly white OLED. And another important topic, is what we call the outcoupling pattern. You have to know that the light which is generated in the OLED structure, what I showed you before, either RGB or white is the same topic. Only 30% of the light is going out. The remaining 70% are lost in the structure. Therefore, we have a potential of, let's say, doubling at least the light output out of the structure by putting the proper optical, let's say, channel organization inside the structure, but also by putting some external film and some, and the combination of both should bring the result is easier for lighting, because we don't have the pixel story as we have for display. But we are, for example, we never let but we are not the one to work on this outcoupling use for lighting, to see how we can use it with some modification, but how we can use it for display as well. And in this case, I repeat what I said, the efficiency of a display will be multiplied by 2. And we do expect, I don't mention, but I should mention the last parameter, which is the cost sensitivity. Display is cost sensitive, but nothing to do with the cost sensitivity of lighting, for several reasons, which again I have no time to explain, linked to the business model. Right, back the business model of the lighting, but again, it's not the point today to explain it. So, and the lighting should be as big as the display of the future. Therefore, the OLED will address 2 markets, lighting, display, which of course is extremely good parameter to see the cost going down in the future. Some issues, but some figures on the business. If we again put some forecast, this case display search, as I told you before, I never see a forecast becoming true in my life. But look at that as a trend. You see the main business for the, in terms of dollar for the OLED in the coming years, still the mobile. You see that the growth is not there anymore because the price going down, because some saturation to be expected in the coming years. When the TV is coming more and more, but I will tell you that the dollar is important, but more than the dollar is the number of square meters. In terms of number of units, you see that the TV still remains marginal versus mobile phone, which is good and bad. Good because the penetration of the OLED in the 2020 is still below 10%. That means the potential to grow is still there. You know, the inertia in this industry is there. We cannot imagine that new technologies becoming, let's say, reaching 80% in 5 years, forget it. But used to say, hey, it should go faster. As I said, more than the number of units, more than the dollar, what is important to see the cost going down is the number of square meters. And of course, 55 inch, 60 inch, as you can imagine, has more square meters than the mobile phone. Therefore, despite the previous slide where I see a small number of units, small, let's say, compared to the mobile phone, it's crucial to have the TV becoming a success in OLED, because that's where the capability to put the cost down will be due to the number of square meters to process. Therefore, especially also for material makers like OLED, we are looking at square meters because the business is driven by the number of grams per square meters. But more than that, as I said, for the OLED industry, important is to see the OLED TV becoming really a success, because as you see yourself, that's where the square meters are located. Therefore, I'm reaching the conclusion. And as I said, the 2 advantages for OLED is better picture for the customers, but for me it's not a crucial one. The crucial advantage of the OLED is the key opportunity for the LCD maker to come back to profitability. Of course, so in the short term, the penetration will depend on the cost. Again, don't be afraid by the cost of or by the price of the TV currently, because remember the history and what the first flat flat panel came on the market, we have seen that the OLED has all the potentiality to be cheaper, and I do believe that it will be the case step by step. We should not neglect the current difficulties to make the big size because of mask issue, but I'm used to say that when you put the number of engineers to solve the topic will be solved. Therefore, for me, it's not an issue. And again, we should try to open as much as possible our imagination, because the flexibility in the display is coming, opening a new era for display. That's the point for me, is the organic materials are key for the success of this industry, because that's the material which brings the performances, that's the material which brings the cost, and that's the material which brings also the capability to be flexible. So the last sentence for me is OLED is on the way to become the dominating display technology. I thank you for your attention.
Thank you very much for a very stimulating and interesting talk. We now have some time for a Q&A. If anybody has any questions, we have one microphone that can run around in the audience. Are there any questions? Well, perhaps while we're waiting for... we have a question. Richard.
Thank you, great presentation. I wanted to ask phosphor lifetimes of OLED. Some digital compensation, companies like LG are introducing a white LED for intensity. How do you see that progressing in dependability and solutions for balanced phosphor decay?
The lifetime of any new technology is always the key issue. If I start my answer to you by some history, I was in the 80s working on plasma TV, and everybody was telling us plasma is the new future because sticking, because and so on, it will never work. Well, it was the same for the LCD at the beginning, where the lifetime was an issue, especially as you know the blue is a weak point in the story. The reason why the complexity of the LG is going more and more is because we put most probably a second blue cell on top of the current 16 layers in order to diminish the constraint on the blue, because the lifetime is directly linked to the brightness. And therefore, it's difficult to give a figure of a lifetime without giving a figure of the brightness. But to make the story short, the goal when you make TV is to reach 40,000 hours, let's say, for TV. And I do believe that what LG is doing, they will be able to make this 40,000 hours. For the mobile phone is different, because nobody is expecting to use a mobile phone for such a long time. Therefore, what is more important is what we call the T95. That means how long does it take for the display to give only 95% of the initial brightness? And with that, we have reached excellent figures now. Therefore, I would say, without being optimistic too much, that the lifetime of the OLED is definitively coming in the coming 2014, not this year anymore.
Another question, perhaps? I would have a question. That is, you explained that yields are very low at the moment, and that they're going up, probably up to even 70% by the end of this year. Why are they so low at the moment, and what is changing in order to raise that yield?
The yield is coming from many parameters, but two family of parameters. One is OLED structure itself. The second one is the transistors. And as I explained to you, the TFT is driven as a purpose to drive current in OLED and not to drive voltage for LCDs, which make the constraint on the transistors much higher, because of to drive the proper current during all the picture. Well, the main reason of some yield issue was, as far as we understood, coming as far as LG is concerned, coming from the transistors, new so-called new transistor TFT oxide, which is let's say a kind of new technology. When for Samsung, the issue was coming mainly from the OLED because the LTPS is more conventional technology as far as the transistor is concerned. Therefore, on one hand, you have a transistor issue, on the other hand, you have OLED issue. But, as I said, when you put a number of engineers on the topic, the solution is coming. So the point is the solution coming 1 month or 1 year, but the solution is coming. Therefore, we see step by step this issue behind us, as you said. The yield announced by AG is around 70%. We're not at 90% of the FCT, but we're on the right direction.
Are there any more questions? Well, if not, it just remains for me to thank Mr. Gildas Sorin for a stimulating talk. We'd like to thank you for opening our conference today with the first opening keynote speaker.
Thank you, and I wish you a very nice conference. Unfortunately, to provide Germany in 2 hours. Okay, thank you very much. Bye.